Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the last but not least presentation of the day. I'm Susie from the Client Success team, and Kristin and I will be going through the top 5 tips of saving time and effort with Everflow. So if you have any questions, please put them in the chat just like you've been doing this whole time. So now I'm going to turn this over to Kristin, who will be sharing her screen and walking us through how to save time with Everflow.
Awesome. Thanks, Susie. So, there's a lot of great tools inside Everflow, and what we really wanted to do was highlight the best that you should be using and might possibly not be using. Let's dig into the first, and these are in no particular order other than the order that they show up in your left-hand toolbar. The first one we want to talk about is the bulk edit. This is a way that you can change the settings on multiple offers at one time. So say that you've been running successfully in the United States for months and months and months, and you get to open up to Canada. To change the targeting on your offers, you can do it in a couple clicks as opposed to opening every single offer that you've created and going in and changing those individual settings. This tool is located under Offers, Manage, Bulk Edit. I'm going to show you a quick example of how this works. So again, Offers, Manage, Bulk Edit is in the top right. Let's change the Moscow Mule, the Aperol Spritz, and the Margarita. You select your offer field. We're going to amend the countries. All right, let's add Canada. You're going to have 3 options to the right using the bulk edit if they're pertinent to the setting that you're changing. Append is going to add Canada to my targeting. So US will stay, Canada will be added. There's a delete option where if you want to delete all of the targeting from the offers selected, you could do that as well. Overwrite would replace the current settings with what you're choosing now. So I'm going to append. Continue. You're going to see a preview of your changes beforehand. So now it will be United States and it'll be including Canada. We'll go ahead and save. And you've just updated all 3 of those offers without having to go into each one individually.
And quick question here, Kristin. So, let's say, what if you have like hundreds of offers and you only want to focus on a specific subset or an advertiser in this example?
Okay, that's a really good question. You can come in here. A lot of people miss this. There's a little funnel in the top right corner where you can come and you can select the specific advertiser. Let's go with happy hour. This is going to bring up all offers just for this one advertiser. You can easily hit select all and move them over and make the change that way. So that way you're not scrolling through a big long list of offers. If you're bringing in offers from multiple different places, you can quickly filter. And again, it's another great use case for those labels. You could also filter by happy hour cocktails. So there's a lot of options. Get in here, play with it. Just know that it exists and that you can make changes to multiple offers at one time, as opposed to doing them all individually. Let's move on to the next one. Offer templates. So you've noticed when you've set up an offer in Everflow that there's a lot of custom settings that you can use at the offer level. If you have specific types of offers that you're going to be adding over and over again, we have a template where you can't really go wrong. All of the settings that you want for that offer will be predetermined ahead of time. Let's take, for example, if you're allowing certain publishers to run CPC email campaigns, maybe you want to designate a specific domain for all of your email offers, all of your email traffic, along with any other settings that you might want to set, duplicate click filters, things of that sort. The location of the offer templates is under the offers, offer templates. So let's go back there quick. Offers, offer templates. We can take a look at one that's set up. So this is one that we created ahead of time. I'll open the edit view so you can see what's included in here. Essentially, you're going through every different field that you would go through in the offer setup process and picking your default. So for every offer set up using this template, it will use the same domain, same session identifier, duplicate click filters on, revenue and payout settings, block proxy traffic, anything that you know that you're going to want to use every time you set up an offer that accepts CPC email traffic. You can set your predetermined selections and just pull and set up your offer from the template. So let me show you quickly how you would do that. From this view, you could add offer from template. You select all your settings, you go through. This will have everything predetermined that we set in the template itself. From the offers manage view, you may or may not have noticed in this top right corner, in the add offer button, there's a drop down where you can select add offer from template. And this is going to prompt you to select the template that you want to use. So what it does is it gives you all of those settings that you know you're going to want to use every time you set up an offer of this sort, and they're set and ready to go. You just have to add in the link and the offer name, and everything else should be set and ready.
Another question for you here, Kristin. So, for example, what if you were to use the same settings for all your offers? Is there an easier way other than selecting an offer template to do so?
Absolutely. So actually I went through a pretty granular example, but it does not need to be that granular at all. In your offer template, say there's only one thing you want to change. Like maybe we've chosen a default of not setting all conversions to pending by default. Maybe you want all conversions to go to pending by default on every offer that you set up. Even if it's the only thing that you select inside your custom offer template, you can go back in here and you can choose. You could have a full list of offer templates, but what you can do is you can choose to set offer template as default. So even if it's just one small tweak, that would save you a couple seconds of the day where you go in and change that. Maybe you want all of your offers set to require approval by default, and you don't want anybody to mess that up. You could make that your default by just going in, creating an offer template, and setting your offer template as default. So that means that the add button will now take you to that template, and also the add offer in the top right corner will take you to that template. Let's hop over to the next one. Alerts and SmartSwitch. These are not the same feature. They're two separate features. We're going to spend a little more time on alerts. SmartSwitch touches on it, and we'll explain how they're similar as we get farther into the conversation. Alerts are a great way to maybe see if an affiliate has started running traffic to an offer, to a link that you've sent them. You could set your alert to trigger once there's clicks greater than 0. You might have an amazing placement that you finally got live and running, and you want to know immediately, or if it ever stops running, so you can log in, make tweaks to fix it. You can set up alerts. There's so many examples of alerts that you can set up, but let the system do the monitoring for you is essentially the purpose of this feature. So let's go into the location of alerts is under Control Center, and we'll take a look at one that we have set up. Alerts. All right, so here's an example one. Let's go into stopped clicks. You'll name your alert. You'll set the status of the alert. You can turn it on or off as you want to be receiving it or not receiving it. In-app is going to show you the little black bar that you're used to seeing in the bottom right corner, the in-app notifications. You can choose to turn on email notifications to let you know via email if this alert's been triggered. You can also include additional recipients, which is nice. So you could send this alert to, maybe people outside your organization or your own personal email account if you really want to make sure that things are, that you're on top of seeing the alerts. Targeting conditions. This is where it gets fun. And you can absolutely get creative with this. For this one, we chose target level partners, but you can also choose offers or advertisers. This is what we're going to look at to base the alert off of, and whether it's all partners or just specific partners. So for this example, we use a specific partner, Mo Sislek, We want to know when is happy hours over, when you stop sending traffic. Secondary target, you can add them in if you want. You can get very granular with these rules. The lifespan, the look back window. This is going to look back over the last 24 hours of traffic. The notification frequency means that I'll only get alerts every 6 hours. And you could change this. Maybe you want something, maybe it's super urgent and you want to get a notification every hour. You could do that. And then the condition evaluation type. This is where you're choosing what it is you want the alert on. So in this case, we selected gross clicks of less than 1. So you can go back and read the preview up in the top. The alert will be evaluated for the specific partner on the data in the last 24 hours. It will trigger at most every 6 hours if all of the following conditions are met. Gross clicks are less than 1. So if traffic stops, you'll get an alert here. Any questions on alerts? Actually, let's talk about SmartSwitch for a second. SmartSwitch is another example of a time-saving tip and tool, because what it does is it really automates the shutdown of traffic sources that aren't meeting your specific KPIs. So if you're an affiliate network and you're working with thousands of affiliates and you want to watch each sub-ID placement, but it's just impossible, you're running reports nonstop just to see who's wasting clicks, which are underperforming overall, you can set SmartSwitch rules, and where it's located is under Offers, SmartSwitch. I'm not going to spend too long on this because really it's a huge, we'll send you a link to the help desk for SmartSwitch. It's a huge tool. It gives you the option to pause sources right away. You can set a delay of 6 hours. You can set a delay of however long it takes where the affiliate might be able to turn their traffic around, or you can have it be instant.
I have a quick question here. Is there a way to send alerts to the affiliates or partners that are sending the traffic to kind of notify them that they're not performing well or they didn't start yet?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked that, because that's one of the benefits of SmartSwitch actually, is these alerts you could choose. Let's edit this one. There's an option in here of just notify. So it acts as an alert, but this will go to the affiliate as well. This would tell them that their traffic source was underperforming. Your action can be block, send to fail traffic, or notify when the action takes place on this particular setting. Again, definitely, if you have any questions about it, pop into Remo, pop into the chat. Would be happy to talk to you about SmartSwitch. But it's a lot of settings that we could dive into in here, so I don't want to waste everybody's time. I want to kind of get to the next topic, if that works. Let us know. Definitely let us know, and definitely explore SmartSwitch. It's pretty amazing. Traffic source templates. So these are essentially, you're creating a link template. It's going to be appended to the end of any tracking link that you pull automatically. This is super helpful when you have affiliates and you want to standardize your own reporting. Maybe you want to mandate that every affiliate passes their unique sub value in sub 1. Maybe you want all of their sub sources under source ID. What this does is it allows you to customize what you want in their tracking link, what you want them to pull it with. So there's no question as to what's going to be placed where. If you're a media buyer, you can append different macros and parameters to every tracking link. That way you're not typing them all in after you go and pull the tracking link. Less opportunity for error in that case. You're going to find it under partners traffic sources. So let's take a look at one. And you can see in here in the previews, you can, if you're pulling a link for your Google campaigns, you can append the macros that you would be using in here by default. We chose one for partner. This is what it looks like to come in, kind of add. You can choose the parameters that you'd like and the value that you want inside them. So really what we're showing here is just instructions to the partner, like, hey, please run your subsource here. Please put any unique click identifier here. Standardizing your reports can be pretty important. You don't necessarily want people passing unique values in any sub that they choose. If you run a report then across all your traffic, you might end up with a lot of line items that you weren't expecting. But let's take a look at how this looks when you pull the tracking link. I'm going to pop in here. Let's pull the tracking link for an old-fashioned. Now when I go to grab the tracking link, let's get Mo's tracking link. We can choose the traffic source, and you'll see at the bottom here, it's just your standard tracking link to start with. When you append the traffic source partner, it's going to add everything to the tracking link. So you could quickly copy this, send it off, and he knows exactly where you want them to place certain information. You can change it. Maybe you're pulling a link for Facebook. You'll see you've already got all of the parameters you might want already in there. You just copy this link and start running with it. So it's a really handy tool, and it saves a lot of headache when you think about all the different times there's a question mark in the wrong place versus the ampersand. Just standardize it, go in, be able to pull the tracking link quickly, and don't worry about, messing up where certain information is going to go.
A quick question here, Kristin. So can you assign a traffic source to a specific affiliate or partner?
That's actually a really great step to take in the very beginning. So if we go into a partner, you can ensure if you're sending them a tracking link, you'll go down, select it from the drop down, and it'll apply it to the link. If your affiliate is pulling the link on their own and you want that appended there and you want it to happen across all of this affiliate's links, you can open the partner at the partner level at this point. We'll edit, and you can do this during the offer setup process, or you can go back in and edit them later. I can choose to always assign partner to Mo. If I save this, now even in his UI, he can go in and every link that he pulls is going to have this hard-coded by default to the end of the tracking link. So let's select the offer. You'll see it's kind of grayed out where it can't be changed. It's there, it'll stay there. From the affiliate UI, he can log in and pull links that already have this appended. And last but not least, certainly, saved and scheduled reports. And this is pretty incredible. As you know, if you've been using Everflow for a while, reporting is certainly a strong suit, and you can get very, very, very granular with your reports. Once you've created the perfect report, you don't want that to go away. You don't want to have to set your filters again, choose all the settings that you're comfortable with. Or, the alternate is maybe you need a very simple report that only shows one or two things, and you've customized that so you've got your metrics, you've got your filters, you've got everything you need. Definitely take advantage of the saved and scheduled reports in the top right corner. So let's go into one here. You're going to see it up in this top right corner. So this is where you'll come and save. Actually, let's take my own advice and maybe filter it based on a specific offer, or make this the report that I want to look at every day. You can, filter by account manager. You can filter by so many different things. Get in there, play with this. Yeah, don't need to add more to the example, but you can go in and save and have this ready to go. You'll give the report a name. My best report. The time interval of what you want it to look back on, let's say month to date, the time zone you want it reported in, currency, and you can choose whether or not to ignore fail traffic in this particular report view if you're using the fail traffic. You can go ahead and save, and now next time that I open up reporting offer, I'll be able to come in and go to, my computer's a little slow. I'll be able to come into this load button and automatically run my best report. I'll go ahead and load that. The other place to come in, and once you've got a bunch of reports saved, there's a saved and scheduled section at the very bottom of the reporting menu on the left. You can come in here, you'll see all of the different reports that you have saved. And you can run from this view. You can edit, schedule it, make a copy of it, or delete it entirely. This is where I would come once you have a report that you absolutely love, you want to see it every day, use that load button in the top right corner, or come in here to the saved and scheduled and load them up. Any questions on saved and scheduled reports?
Real quick, can affiliates and advertisers save and schedule reports as well?
Affiliates, yes. Advertisers will be coming.
Awesome.
I don't have a date, but affiliates can definitely log in and save and schedule reports as well.
Great.
All right, so questions. Hopefully this was useful. I don't know, if you're not using these tools, get in there, experiment with them. There's lots of resources on the help desk. What can we answer for you?
So Rodney is asking if we can see a full list of the performance reporting metrics available, and can they create custom metrics?
We can create custom metrics, but in any of the reports, if you just go to that filters section, you can kind of poke around in here for a second. Offers, advertisers, partners, what I would suggest is logging in and kind of exploring these filters if you haven't already. You can set exclusions to the metrics, or to your settings here, metrics filters. Maybe you say, I only want to see reports with line items greater than 5 unique clicks. You can change the settings, whether you want to run the report in a different time zone. I mean, maybe that's a good use case. Save a report in a different time zone so you can always look at it, maybe where your publishers are. You can change the currency. But there's a lot of filters that you can run. I would get in. I don't know if we have a list published somewhere. I think we're regularly adding to the filters, but we could publish a list. And thanks for coming, guys.
Thanks for coming, and